Hey, what's going on, everybody? It's 2:30 and I'm breaking my own rule out walking around in the heat of the day, but Boone's getting off a little early, so I'm heading up towards the RE area. It's a real interesting neighborhood. I'm going to show you. I'm in Phrom Phong. So from Phrom Phong, Asok, Nana, Phnom Chit, Chilom, Siam, which is also central. You can get on the train to go to, where are we going? Saladang and the Papong night market area, or you go down the way to, what is the exit? Sapan Taxon, and that is the Chao Phraya River, and you can get on the boat to go to Asiatique and points beyond. But today we're going Phrom Phong all the way up past Siam Central, Ratchathewi, Phia Thai, Victory Monument, Sanam Phao, and then we're going to RE. Now this is a real interesting area. Way back in the day, I don't know, everybody I talked to that lived up there, it was a little more artsy, or I won't call it like a hipster area, but it was where the cool kids lived in RE. Not to be confused with my street down here on Phrom Phong. Soi 26 is also called Soi RE. This is the RE section, or the RE BTS. So let's go up there. We'll see how long it takes to get from kind of the middle of Bangkok, Asok and Phrom Phong, certainly the middle for expats. To review that, I would say Asok is the absolute middle with the MRT and BTS junction. You can get anywhere. But from, say, Onut, and people are even going further down, you know, Udom Suk and Vang Na, but Punawiti, Onut, whatever you want to call it, from there to get into Asok, less than 15 minutes, and we'll time it. I think it's going to be a little bit more than that to head out to RE. Again, you don't have to live in central Bangkok, but we'll just give you an idea of how long it takes to get out there. This is looking down Sukhumvit. The traffic is not bad. In the middle of the day, 2:30, at least it's moving. And down at the end of the train line there is Thang La BTS station, but it is roasting hot. May, June, July. You really don't want to be out walking around at 2:30 in the afternoon, certainly not noon when the sun is at its highest. But like I say, I'm trying to squeeze in a video or two before I meet Boone up in the Chatuchak market area. So I'm kind of stuck with it today. I still recommend hanging out around this area. Phrom Phong is my favorite part of Bangkok, and so many other people as well. It's just centrally located. There's plenty of expat places to hang out. Again, I know people might say, well, I'm not moving to Thailand to hang out with other expats and all. Okay, that's fine. But for myself and most of my friends, it's good to be able to speak English with somebody, hanging out in a pub once in a while. That is going to happen in RE, but other areas, 10 train stops, 15 train stops from here in Phrom Phong and Asok, it's going to get very Thai very fast. And maybe that's a ridiculous statement, but I don't know. I'm just being real. I love Thailand. I love everything about it. It's just I am not picking up the language anytime soon, so it's easier for me to stay in this more expat friendly area where 85% of people speak English, maybe more, maybe into the 90s, at least some degree of English, because they're dealing with thousands and thousands of English speakers in this area. Here comes the train, so let's start the stopwatch. Phrom Phong to the RE BTS station. And we just arrived at Siam Central Station in a little less than 10 minutes. There you go, about 5 seconds short of 20 minutes. We made it up to the RE BTS station. This area over here is the Soi 1 and 3, the odd side. I've did a couple of videos. You'll find a bunch of cool coffee shops, record stores. That's probably where I should go again. But I'm gonna go off on the right side here, or the even side of the street, and see what's going on, at least near the BTS. And if we continue down the track, you'd hit Mo Chit in the Chatuchak market area. There's also a junction for the MRT Blue. And it's 3 stops up to Mo Chit and the MRT Blue. You'll find the the mall there at Mo Chit, jump on the blue, head off towards Asolk on the MRT instead of the BTS the way I just came. I have been in this little shopping center. I think there's a Tops. Where is it? Tops or a Via Market. There's a Starbucks. Oh, I didn't know they had a Sushiro. That's the conveyor belt sushi. Boone and I hit that at the Emporium all the time. Maybe I'll see if she wants to have that today. I'm trying to find the grocery store, but I actually met my realtor in that Greyhound Cafe 3 years ago. But other than that, I've never gone beyond. I see some cranes off in the distance. There don't appear to be too many high-rises. And it is a Via Market, which is my favorite. You can find items in there. Expat items you're not going to find in the Big C, Lotus, or Tops. It's going to come at a bit of a price, but every now and then that familiar box of cereal from the US or those certain crackers from Australia, it might be worth dropping that $9 or $10. And it's also good to know, I don't know, we might stumble across a large Big C or Lotus back there. Again, I haven't been back there. I've been on the odd side over here. I keep saying that. I hope I'm not mixing up the two, but I'm pretty sure that's right here. If you walk through there, you're on RE1, and I did all the way back to like RE10. There's some really cool buildings, a couple of high rises, 20-story type buildings. But I'm gonna see what's behind this mall. But it's good to know that Via Market is right there at the train station. I didn't catch the hours. They're normally 10 in the morning until 10 p.m. or sometimes the Via Market opens a little earlier. The one up in my neighborhood, Pong at the top of Soi 33 and a half near O'Shea's, it's 24 hours. But the other one down at the end of my street, Sukhumvit 26, it's 10 to 10. And on one side of the street, we have the Mercedes dealership. And over here is a Honda shop. Let's see what we have. It looks like our first chance to go left. Well, there's a high-rise. Not sure though. That's probably a office building with a lack of balcony. But this is definitely a condo. It's a Noble building. And it's the Noble around RE. Here are the prices at the Caltex gas station. If I'm not mistaken, that's the Texaco logo in the US. Cool little Mini. And I was mistaken. I thought I could go off to the left, but those people were pulling into condos and these office buildings. So I'm still trying to make that left. Maybe I should have went the other way, but I saw a big Toyota dealership. So I figured my chances of heading left were better this way. I'm walking backwards towards Victory Monument. And I probably walk 5 minutes from that Via Market up Yokton. I'm at Soi 4. I see some condos off in the way. So it looks like we're gonna make a left up here. And this is a pretty clean looking hostel, the 19A Bangkok Hotel. I think it's a hostel, bar on the 5th floor. There's their line. Little rain guard. And we've made our way up to Yokton. We're gonna go up Soi 2, which looks like it's heading onto a highway. But I see some low-rise buildings off to the left and at least one high-rise. We're getting pretty close to the next BTS station. Yeah, I see the stairs. I think I see the stairs. Anyhow, it was not far from that station, which I'm forgetting which it was, to RE. Let's see what's back here, and then I'll walk back to the left towards the Via Market. But from the BTS station to RE, to where I'm at, 8 minutes. The other thing with an area like RE, you might find some interesting opportunities in these type of buildings, just smaller apartments or renting 2 floors above a little business. That's going to be a little trickier to find in central Bangkok. I guess we're still pretty central here, but Well, here's a outfit over here called Smooth Car. I don't know if you can see that. I see some Porsches in the window. I have a little 7-Eleven on the corner, and let's head off to the left. I saw one high-rise tucked away back here. Not that it's all about high-rises, but it gives you the best opportunity. Here's a donut shop, or at least Daily Donuts. It says Boutique Condominium Ready to Move, Beaches ARI. Down this way. Let's see, a home like that, again, I don't know the opportunity, but if you could stay up in a studio or one bedroom up on that top floor, there may not even be a way to get up there without going through the rest of the house. I don't know. That would be cool. There's a little Muay Thai, a very small Muay Thai gym on the left. Coffee and crepes. And I'm guessing, had I gone the other way by that Toyota dealership, I probably could have got into this neighborhood a little easier. Some 6-story buildings. Huh, I missed how to get into this building. Oh, that might be the back side of the around that Noble building. Here's a little side soy, but it looks like private houses. Actually, here's the name of this building back here, which I believe is an apartment building instead of condos. I see cooking on the patio. Oftentimes there won't be a kitchen and just a little burner and sink out on the patio, which I'm kind of okay with. I have my hot plate sitting on top of my washer, and if I'm going to cook something up, which is rare, that's smelly, I'll do it out there. Here's the Tempo. Crossover, it's a nice looking building. Bunch of street food. And there's that Noble on Jotun. Huh. I can't avoid a good alley. And this is probably a bad example. RE saying you're gonna come up here and find something affordable, but it's going to be more affordable than Ekamai and Tong Law if you were to want to buy a little place, or even rent are probably going to be a little cheaper. I'm hoping I can go off to the left here, and I'm hoping the guard dogs don't come running out. Yeah, okay, it just dead ends right here, but it was worth the look. And a house is going to cost you money anywhere in the world. Anywhere in Bangkok, that's for sure. But there are many people that are looking to do just that. Now we're back on the street with no name, but if you want to look up the Tempo, Google Maps, you see exactly where I'm at. Or you can look that up. Little clinic on the right here for skin treatment. Another little alley here. Appears to dead end. That person's home. Association Professor France. Okay. Looks like we have a school over here, and I'm going to cross over to the shadier side. Oh, what do we got here? 2-story vintage house. Now this says it's closer to BTS Sanam Pao than RE, but we're kind of in the middle. Looks like they could do a little cleanup on the alley, but I'm sure some dogs got into that. Yeah, I'm not going to walk back there. It doesn't look like a vintage house, but okay. Let's get over on the shady side. So Sanam Pao and RE We're in the middle of those two train stations on the even side. Something happening here. Oh, it's probably parking for the school. It's right behind me. Yeah, it's just a parking lot. So I'm not saying it's all about living next to a sports bar or a place to meet your buddies to play pool and darts, because if you choose to live over here to save even a couple $100 and you're heading down towards Nana or a Sulk a couple of 2-3 times a week, that could be a little inconvenient. If you're just hanging at home, this might be a good opportunity. I'm trying to see what the name of this building is. I guess that's it. A little bit of a traffic jam ahead. Another building on the left here. I think it's called the Clay. A lot of clinics. No, Clay's some kind of business. But here's a 6-story building. It appears they have a pool or something on the roof. And it's the Savi building, or Sav 1. Nice and quiet back here. If you do not like the hustle and bustle of Sukhumvit, you're minutes from it. Yet it gets pretty quiet pretty fast. And if you're from this area, I apologize if 2 streets to the right are a ton of coffee shops and record stores. I don't know if I'm gonna make it over there. But on this street, I'm just seeing a bunch of private homes and some 6-story buildings. I'm coming up on another one. Some type of restaurant. And it says the hospital is off to the right. That's an interesting looking building. Let's go take a look at the side of it. I think you enter from over here, unless that's the hospital. This might have been a mistake. It's roasting hot. No, it's a residence. Not like the looks of it. Older, larger building. And it's not open, but looks like Thai food cooking back there. And I'm not sure how far this hospital is. Well, I'm going to be making a U-turn here at the T. And I'm up the Piyotan Soy 8 Timoria building. So this will probably connect down to that street as you get on the highway, and there's a bunch of little buildings here. While I'm here, I might as well go in the direction of the BTS. I'll just guess it'll link off to the left. So now I am 2 streets off the main Yotan, where that large building is. That is the BTS tracks. And we're on the even side. Not sure what this is. Pretty private building. Personal home. And I never do this, and I don't know how reliable it is, but the phone says it's 95 degrees. I was going to guess it was over 100, but there's a little bit of a breeze. Bunch of little side soys, but they appear to just dead end. There's some nice tile work on this guy's home. might have to go all the way to the end there to make a left and end up anywhere near that that mall. It's the back of a business, I'm guessing. Here's a spa tucked away. Well, it will be a spa. Not sure if this is a school. No, it's some kind of business, but there's a Muay Thai bag in front there. And here's some townhomes for rent. It appears the sign is a little sun damaged. I don't know how long it's been for rent. It's a pretty large place. House, home office, apartment, 2-bedroom. And I'm angling off to the right. I'm not running parallel with Jotun because I was at the BTS, and I remember looking at those cranes. And again, those 2 big buildings are at the BTS tracks. Here's an international school, the Maple Bear. Here's a nice little side soy. I'm not going to walk up there. I'm running out of time and energy, but looks like there are a few interesting options. And right where that fruit truck popped out, I'm hoping I can take a left. The Body Retreat Health Massage. I'm assuming that's the fruit guy. Here's a house for sale. Looks like a fixer-upper. Get the old house flipper guys. House Flipper Bangkok. Beaker and Bitter Co-working Cafe. All right. Yeah, on the other side, it's all about co-working spaces, and that's where a lot of your digital nomads hung out 10 years ago. I forget who I was just recently talking to somebody at a bar in Pattaya. He owned the place, and he said they still have a condo here in ARI. He likes to split his time. Charging station. And I'm gonna guess this little traffic jam means we're going back to the main Jotun. No, I think he's just parking these cars. Take a look around the left side of the street here. Some small businesses and markets that may or may not be as interested as to what time it is. If you're trying to buy a beer, I'll just leave it at that. And please tell me this does not dead end to the left, but it would not be uncommon if it did. Oh, it looks like we got a nice little neighborhood over here, which I can't get through. I guess I can. This is probably the hospital. I'm not sure. Let me see what's around the corner first. All right, so this is definitely going to take me back to that Via Market area and the BTS tracks. And there's a guard over here, so I'm not going to push it too much. They're a government building, or maybe it's that hospital. And here's the sign, the Office of the National Broadcasting and Telecommunications Commission. And that billboard just flashed up. You go here for drone registration. I have a small drone, one of those DJI Costco jobs. I've rarely used it, but I'm pretty sure a certain size, or maybe all drones, I don't know the exact rule. You're supposed to fill out what I assume are some airspace forms, who knows, and get that thing registered. And avoid Starbucks. Here's plenty of options for 45 and 50 baht. Like a couple of local buildings. This also says room for rent. 6-8 stories. Salon apartment. An eyelash studio. Okay, I can see the main Yoten ahead. I see a bus. Your neighborhood coffee. A lot of coffee in the area. So maybe it's the Seattle of Bangkok. More coffee. There's another building tucked away back there. $7-Eleven. I'm not exactly sure where we're going to pop out up here. I'm going to guess I'll have to take a left turn to get to the ARI BTS. Here's a dry cleaner. And I'm going to guess that's another coffee shop. The Black, I'm not sure. Oh, it's ice cream. Some office buildings. And the tracks are straight ahead. The BTS just went by. Let me get you the name of this. I believe it's an office complex, but I'm not sure. Getting a little rush hour here. Oh yeah, it's a mega office complex. Another coffee shop, and here's the Cafe Amazon chain, kind of competition for Starbucks. Let's pop out up here on the main Yoten and see where we are. And across the street is the Border Patrol Police Bureau. Whoa, just tripped off the curb there. And I am 99% sure BTS ARI is in this direction, but I'm not positive. I'll know if I see that Toyota dealership. Oh, this is cool. A little night market kind of opening up. I think it's a little after 4. Home of English. Yeah, let's walk down there. Just little shops with roll-up doors. And I'm gonna guess that's a language school. I just walked by a boat noodle place, plenty of 50 and 60 baht options. Yep, and we're dead ending right here. Oh, look at this, a Barney's burger. And my camera is feeling very hot. Even all the street food dealers, you can just scan a QR code with your Thai bank. I'm not sure about Apple or any of that. Some of them say WeChat. I think it's the Chinese scan. Another huge office complex. I think it's maybe a bank headquarters. Not positive. Yeah, I think that's the Green Bank, Casacorn. At least one of their headquarters. The Zuzu dealership, the other side of Yotan. State Audit Office of the Kingdom, if you need it. "24-hour jet fitness." American Express, which is very hard to use in Thailand. I think Visa charges and MasterCard a 3% fee, and I think American Express is 4.5%. You can only use it in select places. And we're coming up to the BTS ARI. I see the stairs on the right side, and I've said it over and over. So if you come down those stairs and then go up that way, this area back here, ARI, Soi 1, 3, that's where you're going to want to start your condo search or exploring the neighborhood. And just up on the left here should be that Toyota dealership, and then we'll be back at that little mall with Sushiro and the Via Market. This is the headquarters, I would assume, of the Bangkok Fire and Rescue Department. That looks like some firemen hanging out. Here's the Toyota shop. So yeah, I think I should have cut back that way into the neighborhood. You live and learn. And here we are back at BTS RE. I will tell you this, there's a little shop. It's not in the Via Market, it's just a little shop almost attached to it. Inside the store, there's a series of little stores, and this is one of the few places where you're going to find stick deodorant. I looked up the speed stick, it was 260 baht. I'm forgetting the brand. It's in Big C now. Mitchum, maybe. It's in a stick. Deodorant, antiperspirant, but I had said in plenty of earlier videos to hit that 6-pack at Costco, because even at 260 baht, heck, I think I just brought a 4-pack back that I got for $8 on sale at Costco. I'm not sure, but it's going to come at a premium. Over here, it's still with a rollerball or the spray. I'm not too particular on a lot of items, but I like my deodorant, antiperspirant to work. I walked for quite a while, but I'm sure maybe back by that hospital, maybe there's a cool little area. I mean, there's cool little areas all over town. Just, again, trying to make your life simple. If you're meeting somebody in RE, you're probably going to be over here on the outside at some cool little record store or something like that. In fact, maybe I'll make another video updated, my 3rd or 4th, while I'm here today. But in the meantime, I appreciate you following along with me today, and consider subscribing for more looks around town. A couple of videos should be popping up if you want to continue to check out my channel. I'd appreciate that. We'll see you later. Have a nice afternoon.